According to Balisacan, the government plans to implement the projects through 2028. This as the Marcos administration ramps up the country's infrastructure development. Balisacan said that 206 projects worth $159 billion will be implemented in the short term. The projects will cover physical connectivity, digital connectivity, health, and energy, among others. The Malolos-Clark segment of the North-South Commuter Railway will not be able to meet its completion date next year. That is according to the Transportation Department. The DOTR says the completion date has been pushed back due to the delayed turnover of the 36-hectare land depot in Clark. The project, which was originally slated to be finished by October of 2024, is now expected to be completed by June 2025. The DOTR says it will work closely with the contractor to ensure the project's completion by the new target date. This as the agency reports that the project is more than 33% complete as of the end of 2022. President Bongbong Marcos urges the Senate to take its time in scrutinizing the proposed Maharlika Investment Fund. This comes after the Senate Committee on Banks, Financial Institutions, and Currencies Chairperson Mark Villar filed a counterpart measure of the bill in the Senate more than a month after the House of Representatives passed its own version. Now, Senate President Mig Zubiri initially said that the Senate may pass the proposed measure after the Holy Week break, citing pressure from the President. In a panel interview with members of the media, Marcos Jr. admits he is hopeful for its immediate passage, but he emphasizes that it is more important for lawmakers to, quote, get it right.
Mas maganda na matapos sa lalong madaling panahon. Pero hindi naman dapat imadali dahil napaka-importante lahat ng mga bawat salita na ilalagay mo dun sa batas na yun. May kabuluhan yun. Hindi mo basta pwedeng, tama na yan, okay na. We have to get it right. We cannot make that getting it wrong would be a very bad mistake.
Marcos also assures the public that the Maharlika Fund will not be used as a money laundering device.
You cannot use funds of the GOCC. Pera ng gobyerno, what will the government spend? It was a proposal. It's not something that we have adopted. Hindi yun basta sige, bigyan niyo ako ng ilang bilyon dolyar, tapos lalagay lang akong bahala na dyan. It's not like that at all. And in fact, even on our end, we will only deploy funds when there is a very specific project to be paid for. So, money laundering just won't come into it.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Danny Laurel. A unit of Manila Water has secured a 200 million peso 10-year term loan from BPI. The listed firm said the loan will be used by Bulacan Water to finance the refurbishment and expansion of its services. These include service facilities, water source and distribution system, as well as sanitation services. Bulacan Water is a joint venture between Filipinas Water Holdings Corporation and Bulacan Water District. Filipinas Water is a consortium of Manila Water and its unit Manila Water Philippine Ventures. Globe says it has blocked a record high 2.72 billion scam and spam messages throughout 2022. This overall figure for 2022 is more than double the 1.15 billion malicious messages blocked in the previous year. The telco says this is a result of its intensified crackdown on fraudsters. Globe says it spent around $20 million to step up its spam and scam message detection and blocking system. The company vows to further invest in cybersecurity systems to protect its subscribers from disruptive messages. President Bongbong Marcos defends the government's move to import onions. Marcos Jr. explained that importation is seen as a short-term solution to address the current gap in supply. Recall that the president earlier approved the importation of some 21,000 metric tons of onions in a bid to stabilize the prices of the commodity.
We must import. I think my sentiments about importation are clear, but it is an emergency situation that has been brought about by neglect of the agricultural sector for many, many years. And therefore, our production is well below our demand. Therefore, we must import.
The president also maintained that there were enough studies or consultations on the timing of imports. Several lawmakers and groups had questioned the approval of the importation in time for the harvest season.
The schedule is very, very important. It's not just a question of one lump importation at the beginning of the year. It has to come in at the proper time, so you're not competing with local farmers.
Meanwhile, lawmakers are calling for more teeth and speed in going after smugglers. During a House committee hearing, lawmakers discovered that cases of smuggling commodities filed before the Justice Department have yet to result in a conviction. Nueva Ecija Representative Micaela Swansing revealed that the DOJ has handled 93 cases of smuggling of commodities between 2016 and 2022. Swansing says most of the cases have been dismissed.
70% dismissed, and for filing and filed in court, only 10%. And that there are 10% of cases pending. So here, it's very clear that there seems to be very little cases filed, and more so, very, very little cases reaching the court, and no convictions. It's time to show teeth for us to run after these smugglers.
The Samahang Industriya ng Agrikultura also lambasted the lack of convictions when it comes to cases of agricultural smuggling. SINAG believes that the Bureau of Customs should file cases under the Anti-Smuggling Act, which it says has more teeth than the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act.
Siguro kailangan may masampulan. We've been hearing of yung mga na-alert, nahuli, pero walang conviction, and it's worrying sa amin kasi most cases filed are under the CMTA law. So we were really wanting sana na ang ifa-file na kaso ay Anti-Agri-Smuggling Act, which is non-bailable because it's economic sabotage.
Senators grilled PAGCOR officials over their lack of urgency to act on illegal activities related to POGOs. Camille Samonte with this report.
Dito lumalabas yung conflict of interest eh. Because you're dalawa kayo eh. Yung kumikita kayo on one hand, pero in the other hand, you're regulating. But your regulation, makita naman natin, pang bata. Mabagal pa.
That's what Senate Committee on Ways and Means Chairman Win Gatchalian said to State-run Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation or PAGCOR upon learning that it is still allowing two POGO service providers to operate despite their involvement in a kidnap for ransom case. Pogo's involved are Brickhearts Technology Incorporated and MOA Cloud Zone Corporation, both of which are registered in PAGCOR. Senator Grace Poe revealed this during her privileged speech last month after a Chinese national was kidnapped to work for the said Pogos.
Dapat kayo na gumawa ng aksyon para mag-investigate. Kick them out immediately. These are embroiled in kidnap for ransom. I don't think no amount of penalty will stop them from doing this.
Tama po kayo, Mr. Chair. Ngayon po, sisimulan ko na po na
But ngayon lang,
ayusin po
ano
ito.
na ngayon? January 23 na.
We apologize for that, but we will really closely coordinate with the PNP and the NBI to resolve this as soon as possible.
Senator Gatchalian, however, is still not convinced.
Sino naman matatakot sa atin? Kung mabagal na yung aksyon, 500,000 pesos lang ang fine. That's why Senator Bato is absolutely correct. That's why none of the POGO operators, especially those who are involved in crime, respects us. Because mabagal tayo.
For Senator Bato de la Rosa, Pogos involved in criminal activity should be banned immediately and their employees must be deported as well.
It's about time na we have to assert our supremacy over them. Palayasin na niyo yun dito. You don't have business to be here in our country. Ganon yung ugali ninyo. Sama ng ugali ninyo.
It was also revealed during the hearing that the third-party auditor of PAGCOR faked its credentials. Gatchalian said they discovered that Globalcom RCI doesn't have a business permit and its business address cannot be found. Gatchalian recommends to conduct a blue ribbon investigation on the PAGCOR's bidding process for third-party auditor. President Bongbong Marcos, meanwhile, admits that while Pogos affect the reputation of the country's security, there should be enough basis before the government permanently bans them all.
The problem are the illegal ones, not the legal ones. And if it's adjudged that there is a social cost, it might not be worth it. The cost might not be worth what they're paying in taxes anymore.
For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
And this just in, the Foreign Affairs Department has confirmed that a U.S. citizen of Filipino descent was among the casualties in the mass shooting incident in Monterey Park in California. The Philippine Consulate General in Los Angeles identified the casualty as Valentino Alvaro, 68 years old. At least 11 people were killed in a mass shooting in the area as the city's Asian American community was celebrating the Lunar New Year weekend. Now onto some global business news. A new luxury resort in Dubai opened with a performance from none other than Beyoncé. Here is what the star-studded event could mean for real estate in the Emirates.
Beyoncé performed to a live audience for the first time in years. Her gig in Dubai was at the opening of one of the city's most architecturally striking hotels. She opened Atlantis the Royal for a reported $24 million as fireworks lit up the sky above Dubai's artificial island. The hotel has nearly 800 rooms and will open to paying customers from February 10. It has 17 bars and restaurants, 90 pools, gyms, spas, and many other amenities to bring in wealthy vacationers. Its owners are targeting a daily rate that ranges from $1,000 a night to $100,000 for the most luxurious suite. Dubai's first Atlantis opened by Kylie Minogue, and the party in November 2008 was followed 2 months later by a property crash and debt crisis that nearly pushed Dubai into bankruptcy. Now, Kresner International's second property is opening, with some wondering if this is a top for Dubai's property market. Analysts disagree. They say Dubai emerged from the pandemic with one of the world's biggest luxury housing booms. It was helped by an influx of newcomers, from Russians looking to protect their wealth to crypto-millionaires and bankers fleeing strict lockdowns in Asia. Also, authorities enacted measures to ensure there isn't a repeat of the speculative era that caused the property market to go bust in 2008. Government-related firms have restructured billions of dollars of debt. Also, proceeds from IPOs of state firms may give the city a cushion to help it ride out hard times. Last year, Dubai introduced a raft of reforms to ease social restrictions and liberalize visa laws. The aim is to attract and retain an expat population that's essential to its economy.
For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now. That's at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Danny Laurel. Join us again at 2 p.m. We are One News, all sides, all the time.